guys, it's Gus, and today we got Joshy with us again, and we decided not to do an unboxing on it. We're just going to do kind of a little initial look and kind of show you guys what it all has, and then we're gonna take it out for a drive and see how it works.
It's already out of the box because you got impatient.
Yes. So I'm gonna take the camera over here. And first I just kind of want to show you all the little scale parts. Like this here is actually plastic, and like it's got the neat little visors that actually open up. And then like the little fuel cell on the back. And it's got a nice little roll cage on it. And then it's got a plastic, of course, grill instead of just being a sticker. And one thing I've noticed from playing with this is it's like they changed up their materials that they use on some of their plastics. They're more flexible and more forgiving, which I think is really good, especially on something like this. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna slide back for 1 second, sir. I just want to grab one of these stock Redcat tires. So one of the questions I've had a lot of people asking is, oh, that's just the same tires that are on the Gen 8, but if you look here,
Whoa.
these are 2.2s, they're way bigger. The axles are probably, or the width of the truck is about 2 inches wider than what a Gen 8 is. It's quite a bit bigger actually. So we'll take the body off, or wait, first, before we do that, I'm going to show you all these little scale parts that come with. You get a couple spare links for the steering, and then you've got a jerry can, sand ladders, and a couple of fire extinguishers that you can put on there. Tire wrench, and the manual. These manuals are actually getting pretty good from Redcat. And also this one here actually says that you can go to their website here and you can actually get an updated manual, and then they also have exploded views on these now for guys that need that for helping them get the parts out, which is pretty cool. And then of course you get your ESC manual, but that's all pretty much standard stuff. So we'll get the body off here and I can kind of show you guys underneath. It has these kind of neat looking sliders on the side, and they're actually flexible, like the ones on the Gen 8 are pretty stout. It has longer shocks in the back than in the front. I don't know if I like that. I might actually get another set of shocks, front shocks for it, and put them in the back. But my only complaint, the spring feels about right, but I'm definitely gonna have to change the oil in there. It is pretty soft, and also probably a different sway bar. I'll probably just pick up some piano wire or something like that and make my own sway bar, because the sway bar doesn't do a whole lot. But other than that, that looks about the only things that are concerning. One thing I know some guys didn't like was on the Gen 8, you couldn't clock your axles, and this one has actually got a different, or drive shafts, not axles. But this one has a different spline, so you can actually clock your drive shafts, and of course this one going faster, that's definitely more important. So what do you think so far by looking at it, sir?
It kind of look. It's like the same size as the Kaiju about.
No, that's a lot narrower. This is like would be about the same as your bomber. Not that one, but the one you had. Except it's about 1.5 inches shorter, 1.75 inches shorter. And then, what else was I gonna say? Some guys were wondering about the axles also, like if this comes off, this brace does come off, so you should be able to make a servo or axle mounted servo on here, but I don't, with this chassis, I don't see that you're going to be able to do it unless you would have a different transmission, because it would sit okay, but this motor, because it's a forward mounted motor, it's going to hit that. So I guess unless you were to make a monster truck out of it and jack it up a little bit, with maybe put another set of the rear shocks on the front, then you should be able to get that. And it does have a metal servo horn, the 25 kilogram servo on there, and then all metal links. And I like how it's a front loader, so you just pop 4 screws out and you can pop the diff out of there. Looks like it has the same skid as the Axe Edition. And it has, I did pull the spur cover off, it has a 17 tooth pinion in there. So if you do get any cogging issues with this motor, because of how fast it is, it's probably faster than it needs to be, and if you drop down like an 11 or 12, it would probably crawl really good, I think. Even though I don't know if it cogs yet, because we still haven't driven it. A little bit better look at the sway bar setup back here. Now I don't know if that's how they designed it or somebody put it together wrong, but I'm going to turn this around right here, and I'm going to put the link for the sway bar on the inside, because it looks like, yeah, it does hit the shock a little bit. I think if I do that, then that won't happen. What else did we talk about, sir? Or is that about it? One thing though, they said that they did improve the tolerance in the transmission and the transfer case, and you can definitely hear it. I don't think this is going to be nearly as noisy as what the Gen 8 is, so that's also good. So what do you think, sir?
It's cool.
One of my favorite parts is the things open up, and then I can get out my paint and paint the guys. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what we got for in the house here, and we're gonna take her outside, take her for a spin, and see how it goes. Yeah, I put the body on backwards. I was like, it looks weird. Haha. Yeah, we'll take her outside, see how it runs, and I was thinking about checking the speed just to see if it did actually do the speed it wants, but I don't think we're going to do that in this video, or I might not even do it at all, because that's not really what this thing is for. But if you guys want to see that, just put a message down below, and if I get enough people interested, I'll take her outside for a speed run, because it won't take too long. All right, we'll see you outside. All right, we got her outside here. We only got 2S in it right now. And I'm definitely going to be putting some thicker shock oil in it. But it's, I would say 16 miles an hour is probably about right from what they're saying on 2S. Body roll is a little bit, I think once we get a different sway bar in there, I think that'll work a lot better. Whoops, there's a hole over there. Yeah. A big hole. I didn't see that. Puppy Thor dug a big hole down here. You want to tip it over, sir? But yeah, I can tell just by ripping in the snow, someplace like a sand pit or something like that, it's going to be really fun. Been so long since I drove a crawler, I can solid axle truck or rock race or anything like that since last summer. Forgot how to drive and they tip over a little easier. Yeah, it is pretty quiet though. Way quieter than what my Gen 8s are. It does actually handle speed pretty good. And if someone who wants to crawl this is definitely going to have to gear it down. If you didn't hear that there, she does cog just a little bit. Whoa, almost tripped. And also they have it in forward, reverse, and brake, so it does not have a drag brake on it, or it's not set up. I'm sure you can tune it to have the drag brake on it. Yeah, I cogged a little bit, but it's not bad. It wouldn't take too much to get that gearing right. Okay, now I got her on 3S. And she goes pretty good on 3S. One thing I will say though is the chassis mounted servo in something like this was not a very good idea. If you see that, she likes to once you get a stronger sway bar in, and probably have one in the front as well, which it looks like you should be able to do, it won't do that anymore, but it actually like lifts up one of the front tires. But as far as its handling and how it jumps and stuff, it does that really, really nice. So it's just going to take a little bit of tweaking, and I think we can get it to work pretty good. And it actually jumps really good. I'm pretty impressed with how good it jumps. Oh, unless you hit a hole.
Well, yeah.
It is fun, that's for sure. Okay, your turn, sir. You get to try her on a 3S now. Whoa, that was neat. Did a bicycle. Watch out for that hole.
I hit the hole on purpose.
Like that. I just gave her a little bit more gas and it goes to the right. Yeah, we're gonna have to see if we can figure that out. Because it's weird, because it's not torque steer, because like if you look here, the tires aren't moving. Like if it was torque or bump steer, excuse me, the tires would move back and forth. What it is it's like, see, now you can see it actually. If it leans this way, then there is a little torque steer. Straight up and down, it ain't bad. Or bump steer, well, technically torque steer because it only does it when the body leans over. Just about cleared the driveway. It definitely jumps, handles like it lands good. Like our bombers, when we had those, they would always bounce when you jump. This actually, see, like there, it just did that little picking up the front wheel. We'll have to play around with it a little bit and see. I'm gonna guess just sway bars is gonna fix that. It does jump. It is fun. It's making me laugh, so it's definitely fun. And so far it's been tough. Remember how long we ran our bombers for before they broke?
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Ouch! Wow. That hurt right in my ankle. Here you go, your turn.
That hurt right in my ankle.
Hey guys, it's Gus. We are back in the shop, and if you can't tell, I broke it. Definitely not its fault. You'll see in the clip that I was doing something that would have broke. It was dumb, but it was fun, so I had to try. But anyway, I really like this thing. It jumps great. It's got great potential. It definitely needs some tweaking though, like the better sway bar in the back. I'm thinking because of how this is designed, I should be able to put a sway bar in the front as well, because we still have, you have your mounts here, and it actually mounts on this bumper piece here, so I should be able to put a sway bar in the front, and then I think it should be pretty good. This thing definitely has potential to be a solid axle monster truck. It was you'll see in the video, it jumps really good, and if you can't tell, I overdid it a little bit, but you'll see that, and then yeah, I'm gonna put that clip in where I crashed it, and then that'll be it. So thanks for tuning in. If you can tell, I beat the tar out of this thing, and these axles are still holding up. I've never had a solid axle truck take the abuse that we did today and not break. This thing is, as far as the axles and everything, it's pretty impressive. The main thing is just the handling. The torque twist is pretty bad. The sway bars are a little bit weak, but I think if I put one in the front, I'm gonna try that first. Put a sway bar in the front, see how that works, and then one issue is the servo. When you get torque twist with the servo, chassis mounted servo, it actually will torque steer or bump steer, whatever you want to call it, because if you check the bump steer, it doesn't have any, but as soon as it leans, you can't now, because it's got, I even blew the servo up. But yeah, so I'm gonna see, I might yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but definitely got potential. Now I just have to figure out what I need to do to. One thing I've thought about I might do, because of how these things are designed, I might be able to flip the transfer case or skid, put the motor back here, and then I might move the battery up, and that would allow me to put a servo on the axle, because the way it is right now you can't, because it'll hit the motor. So yeah, there's definitely more to come. I'm gonna do some tweaking, and luckily I've had what have I had now, 7 Gen 8s, and for those of you who haven't seen it, that was one of them there I made. It's a 6x6, and so I've got parts, even though because of what I did, if this was metal, like the Redcat actually sells this in metal, I could, that probably wouldn't have broke. Yeah, it, you'll see in the clip, it hit really hard. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right, now this is probably not what this is meant to be, or how this is meant to be driven, but we're gonna give her a little bit of a beat to see how she handles the abuse of some big jumps here. I'm really impressed with how good it jumps like that, honestly. Fortunate. That's why you don't land it on this bumper on the sidewalk.